Hello. Welcome to 365 Days Live with New. I hope you are doing well. It is in the morning time over here. I just woke up, did my meditation, I'm having some warm water because it is cold today. It is cold. It is going to rain. It's supposed to rain. And I just woke up. Well, not just, but I just had the most crazy dream that I've had in a long time. And so I wanted to share my dreams. There's actually two. So I'm kind of like a bananas dreamer. That means just a wild dreamer, where I just have so many like stories within that dream. So many different roles that I play, so many different landscapes that I was in. Like the first one, I was in the city. I believe it was the city. And I think I was trying to escape someone or escape something, right? And I was like running and jumping, and there were like fences that were like walls that were like so tall, and like to my logical mind, I was like, there's no way I can make it past that fence. And then I, like in my dream, I just went over it, leaped over it, because my life depended on it, I guess, in a sense. And so I was running away, and it was so scary. Like I felt a sense of stress and like survival in my dream. And when you dream, you don't really know, or you are not really fully conscious, so you don't really understand and know who's chasing you. I just had this feeling that my life was in danger, or that I needed to get away. Something was dangerous. So I was running and leaping all over the place and running for my life. And I was like, okay, that, like I am a believer. Most of the time, I do believe that my dreams are an expression of my subconscious and what I have been thinking, or what I have been suppressing or repressing. So if I were to, so I wanted to share that section of the dream, and then there's going to be the second one. And I want to kind of just process it out loud and share with you. And if you're, into dreams, if you have your own dreams that like ring very true to what you are experiencing in your subconscious, let me know. But I'm just thinking that that dream about me running for my life is a big part of my subconscious programming from a young age, where I felt like I always needed to be not on the run, but be in survival mode. I was always trying to make sure I was going to be taken care of and okay by myself. Like I did not feel protected. I did not feel like anybody else could protect me or save me or keep me safe. And I had all that pressure on myself. And so, doing that for 30 years, your subconscious can or does identify as being in survival all the time. Your body gets used to it. And so it's been a while since because it's been a while. I feel like so many thoughts are coming into my head. It's been a while since I have felt like I've been in survival mode, just because I have really worked on allowing myself to receive, allowing there to be good, allowing life to be easy, and allowing for what God has given me to land with me and to fully embrace that. That has been a journey in and of itself for the past 3-4 years. And I feel like I've been recently getting used to that and getting good at it, because I used to be really bad at it. And so it's very interesting that my dream is of me still running for my life, still trying to survive. And I really feel like that's just a grieving of that part of me that, because even though it's not a great part of you, you're still going to grieve it because it was with me for 30 years, and so I feel like that was a sign from my subconscious, a grieving aspect of my subconscious that, that is like, let's grieve this and it's time to let go. It's time to stop running for your life. It's safe now. And that's how I interpret that piece of my dream. And I think it's very beautiful. And is it true? I don't know. Is it right? I don't really care because it feels good to me and it feels right to me that that's what that dream, that section of the dreams meant for me. Because in my world right now, March of 2025, I am not running for my life anymore. I am not trying to survive. I'm actually trying to thrive. I have been surviving really, really well, actually, for so long, and I don't think I have allowed myself to be in that. And now that I'm slowly starting to embrace that, I think, the subconscious, has to have its turn and be felt and seen and heard. And that's also, beautiful. And I'm going to allow that and continue to move forward. And as I was telling you that, I just remembered like, oh yeah, because yesterday I went out and I went to buy groceries and buy the foods that I want to eat. And in the past, I've never really been able to do that. I have always needed to budget everything really tightly. Not because I had to, just because I was used to doing that from a young age and from college. And I would not buy the things that I wanted. I only bought the things that I needed. But yesterday, I went to 2 stores and I bought almost everything that I wanted. Not out of need, but out of want, of desire, of like, oh, this will be fun. This will be fun to have. This will be fun to eat. This is exciting. Like, I just shopped in that mode. And, like the prices came out and I was like, oh, I had to like kind of make peace with that and like also feel safe in spending that much in a day. And yeah, so a lot of regulation around that and communicating to my body that it's safe, and the nervous system that we're going to be okay. We're not, needing to go back into survival mode. So that was the first part of my dream. Let me know if you're digging this dream talk, dream works. I know some people love interpreting dreams. So it might be fun for you. Okay, the second dream is the one that I remember the most because it was so scary in the dream. So I was going into someone's house and apparently it was like someone I knew. I think it was my sisters or something. And my brother was also there, and my brother there, like they live far away, so it was kind of like a family reunion thing. And he was there, my sister-in-law was there, I was there, I think Robert was there also, yes. And then, yeah, my older sister, I think it was my older sister's house. And so it was time to leave. And for some reason, I had my dad's car. Like I came there with my dad's car. And so I was a driver. So I was going to drive us all back. So it was me. And then I think Robert was in the car. My sister-in-law and my brother was in the car. And we were driving away from my sister's house, saying bye and everything. And I remember it was kind of sad leaving. And then when we were leaving, I realized that my dad's car, the inside, was weird. It was like it's an automatic car, but all of a sudden it turned into a manual car. I think that's what it was. It was so confusing because the stick shift thingy did not have a park. And I don't know why I needed a park sign in my dream because we weren't parking, we were driving. But it was like in my dream. Okay, this makes sense in my dream. It doesn't make sense as I share it out loud, but in my dream, if there was no park gear, I couldn't stop. could go slow, but I couldn't stop. Actually, I could only go slow to a certain extent because it was scary, because I was driving now and I realized, oh shoot, like I couldn't brake. I like needed to shift the shifter. Oh God, I'm so bad at the terminology with cars. As you can tell, the shifter, I tried to shift the shifting into park, because in my dream, if you could shift it into park, then you could slow down. And it wasn't slowing down. And so, well, it was slowed down, but it wasn't stopping. And we were at a stoplight. And so I had to take a right turn. Like, I remember this so clearly. I had to take a right turn, and I took a right turn, and I had to like go onto the curb because that was going to help me slow down. It was so wild. And I called my, I think I called my mom or my dad, or no, I didn't call him. Like, my brother called him. And we were trying all sorts of things, pushing different buttons and trying to figure out like how to slow this thing down, and so that we don't crash into other cars. And even on the way, I forgot to tell you, even on the way out of my sister's house, and I was backing up because I was parked in a certain way where I needed to back up, I even backed up and I couldn't slow down enough, so I like actually nicked the car behind me, which was like probably my sister's car, before I went forward again. And so yeah, the car just had a lot of trouble slowing down and not knocking other people over in their cars and not bumping into other people's cars. And it was just so stressful. Like, I felt like in my dream, me being in the car, that was like full like 10 minutes where we could not control the car, and the car was just want to keep going and going, and I literally was trying everything in the car, and there were like 100 different buttons and ways that this shift could go. And boy, was that so wild. And I woke up and I was just like, what was that? I was so like stressed out in the dream, and when I woke up, and I was like, oh thank goodness that was just a dream. And then I started to, the me in me, the Gate 61 in me started asking why. Like, why did I have that dream? What did it mean? And the Gate 61 in human design, it's the part of humans that loves to think. It is the thinker. It is, I recently rewatched a training on the Gate 61, and it's like, this is the gate that exists to think. It's the thinker. And I was like, oh great, like that's a reminder, because that is what I do a lot, and I think that is a good reminder for me to embrace that and allow that, and like not make myself wrong for always thinking of something. And that's why meditation and silence is so good for me, or just focusing my mind on something. Actually, silence is not good for me. Let me take that back. Guided meditations really help slow my brain down. But I'm getting off topic now. Yes. So I woke up and I was like, why did I have that dream? What does it mean? And the only thing that I can think of is me. I'm the car. I am the car. My body is the car. And the person driving is and this is crazy, because in human design, they have this metaphor of your personality side. No, your design side, your unconscious side is the vehicle. It is the car. And your personality, which is your conscious side, is the passenger. And the driver is actually the magnetic monopole. It is actually your G center, your identity center, your love center. That's the driver of the car. And I was like, oh my God, like, was that it? Was that my dream? Like, my car, my body, my nervous system, my unconscious was going crazy, like going on and on and on, and not stopping and not slowing down, because it's so used to that just unconscious, subconscious. And then the driver was me in my highest self, in the highest alignment with myself, knowing the direction I want to go, and the love that I have inside of me driving that direction was the driver, trying to like maneuver the car, the vehicle, the unconscious. And my brother, the one who was calling my mom and dad and trying to figure things out, was this the passenger in the back, which is my mind, the ajna. And I was just like, this is fascinating. It's fascinating. Like, I actually didn't think about this until I'm actually sharing it with you. Oh my God, like, I love when this happens. But yeah, that is totally what it was, which is so wild. Oh my God. Actually, let me double check that. I don't know if it's the ajna or the head. Like, I want to know. The ajna or the head that actually runs, is the passenger. I have my little book here that is so helpful. I know it's a little dark in here because of, okay. So the passenger is, oh, whoops. Oh yeah, the passenger is actually the head, not the ajna. The passenger is the head. Yeah, and like I learned this when I was like first starting human design training, but I'm like rereading it again and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what makes sense. So yeah, the passenger was the head, the one who's asking all the questions, the one who's getting the inspiration, and the one who wants to know why. So that one is the passenger in the back. If you kind of think of it as like a little kid in the back, always asking like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Why are we going here? How long is it going to take? That is the passenger. And then the vehicle is the design, your unconscious. But for some reason they, yes, that's the vehicle. The vehicle is your unconscious. And then, which is the, okay, I need to review this. This is like in real time. It says it's the ajna, but that doesn't make sense because the ajna is the mind. And then, of course, I know that the driver is the magnetic monopole. Let me see. Let me read real quick. The personality crystal. I want to know the design. The design crystal. Okay. Well, they're not sharing how the design crystal is the unconscious. But maybe because I'm doing this live that I'm feeling like the pressure to find the answer, which does happen. So one thing that I do want to say is that it says that the magnetic monopole, the driver, it acts like a magnet that only attracts. So it holds the personality crystal and the design crystal in a relationship, just like a marriage. Okay, so I guess this has nothing to do with whether the design crystal being in the mind, because human design believes that there's these three crystals that exist within all of us, and in the head, that is where the personality crystal is, and the mind is where the design crystal is, and then in your G center, that's where the magnetic monopole is, that's where the driver is. And now that I'm thinking about it, the mind, the reason why it is the design crystal is because it is through the mind at first that we receive into our subconscious. Our mind allows, it's like, that 0 to 7 years old, that is when our subconscious is a sponge soaking in everything, and that 7 years is the period that we create our design, our body, our what lives in our body on a subconscious level. So now it makes sense. They didn't tell me, but that's how I make sense of it. So yay, good job, Nu. I love that for us. But yeah, oh my god, yes. So I love that. I'm having so much fun on this live. Just because I'm receiving all sorts of aha moments. So yeah, that was my dream, and the car was me, and the driver was me, and the passenger was also me, but you know, it showed up as different people. But anyway, so when I woke up and I thought about it a little bit more, I was like, you know, excuse me, I haven't even eaten, so I don't know why I'm burping. Maybe that happens when I get like really cool downloads or aha moments. Releasing of energy. Where was I going? I got too excited. Yeah. So the whole dream is so representative of me, and again, it might be, I'm thinking that it has to do with me and my current launch, my current human design program that I just launched yesterday, and I'm enrolling people right now, and we're starting next week, and I think that has a strong correlation with my dream, because my subconscious feels threatened if no one signs up, if I don't reach people, if I don't enroll anybody, if no one wants my program. My subconscious will probably take that on a very personal level and take that to be that people don't like us, and that if we are not liked and we are not needed, then it's a threat to our survival. So I can see how my body, my nervous system is on alert during this time, because this is a time that's quote unquote the most important, because we start next week, and what if no one enrolls by next week? And so I think that dream was a manifestation of my subconscious fears around me launching my program and having no one sign up right away. And it is kind of pushing me, I'm having pressure to do again, and not from my sacral, but from my mind and from my nervous system. So I am really conscious of that, and so that's why I decided to do this live early, because I want to take the rest of the day to just be calm, regulate myself, and do some things that I really enjoy, and not focus on the launch. Because if I'm focused on the launch, like, the energy is going to be frantic. The energy is not going to be clean and the way I want to call in people. So instead, I'm going to do some fun stuff. Maybe practice my guitar again today, and maybe sing and watch some dramas, and eat some good food that I bought yesterday, and just have a good day, a beautiful, amazing day. And go for a nice walk if it's not raining too much, and so that's what I'm planning to do, and that's why I went on this live sooner than later, because with my undefined root pressure, root center, with the center of pressure and stress, I know that my mind can get kind of wild, and if I don't get this done, then I will probably be thinking about it. So, sometimes, knowing the way I am, sometimes I just accept how I am, and I put in the tools, the steps that is needed in order for me to be the most successful. And that's doing the live now. And then after this, I'm actually going to delete my Facebook app and Instagram app off of my phone, because I know that if I have it on there, then I am going to be tempted to check and do stuff on there. So that is a little bit of the trick that I have for myself, knowing my human design and knowing my tendencies and awareness and my nervous system and all that beautiful, amazing knowledge that, again, I say is knowledge. Knowledge is potential wisdom, a potential power. Oh my God, I'm just saying that. It is true though. It is still potential power and potential wisdom, because you get wisdom through action. And if you just have knowledge and you don't take action, then you'll never get the wisdom. And without the wisdom, you won't have the power to really change your life. And when I say power, I mean like personal power. I don't mean power over other people, okay? Just to make that clear. So yeah, this is an example, a beautiful example of me taking my human design knowledge and embodying it and taking aligned action from it and using it as power, personal power, in order to create a day that is beautiful and feels good to me for the day, considering everything that's going on around me. So that is it for today. I felt like I spent a good while here because I was just so into telling you my dreams and what my interpretations of my dreams were and are, and I can't wait to share that with my fiance, with Robert, because it's fun. I love sharing. Anyway, that is it for today. I will see you if you're interested in the human design group program, Unlock Your Energetic Codes. Definitely, there's the link in my link tree on my profile page, and you can go there and sign up. We start next week, next Tuesday, and we're gonna start with or without you. So it is better to join now than later, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.